problem, and it is very, very good. It looks at to us, our generation, it was like a punchline. I didn't even know the case. And seeing this documentary and how women's rights were then, and where they've come now, and how that case kind of played into it, and then the Nicole Brown Simpson murder played into it. I left it going, damn, these women they're not being treated right. I'm like, maybe we do need to push more for their rights. And, yeah. But anyway, the point being said, crazy stuff in Georgia, but we'll bypass that. I think we would probably all have the same thing to say. But yes, there was another shooting in Colorado, very close to where Columbine was, and we're very close to the anniversary of Columbine anyway. And this is just
a couple weeks removed.
Yeah, so one kid died. I believe 9 were injured. It was two students that went there, I suppose, or 2 kids that were there. I don't know. I believe they went there, and this is tragic. I don't know at this point. I don't know what can be done. I mean, because we've geared up so much on stopping adults from coming into the school. Like, so when I go to school, I have to give them my driver's license, just to get in the door as an adult. Now, the students are never checked like that. So what's the solution there? I mean, you're going to put up a metal gate, make every kid in the entire school of a high school go through it? I mean, come on. I mean, logistically.
10 years ago, there are places that have already been doing that.
Right. But it's just kind of crazy. But I don't know, Lee. I mean, you got any input on how is this even going to be fixed at all? Can it be fixed? I guess that's the first question.
I'm sorry, guys. I told you I was struggling.
Yeah. I
have managed to totally derail all streaming services. Nothing's working. So welcome into the live stream. They finally made it in. I have no idea what you're talking about. Kids in schools with metal detectors.
Yeah. How do we stop the school shootings? Can they be stopped?
Oh, yeah.
How?
You can take away people's guns.
But realistically, can they be stopped? Because we've already said there's no way you could get everyone's guns in the country.
Okay, well, I was reading this on the internet, and there's like these websites you can go to, and it's all a forum discussion on how, like, to plan out school shootings. They basically idolize Columbine is like the Lord and Savior of school shootings. So they like map out everything. They have like a minute by minute rundown, and they say how they did things right, how they could do things better, how the cops responded. And like they say, if I was going to plan out a school shooting, these are the steps that I would take to do it. And this is the perfect plan. And like, how the cops will respond and how to do the most damage. And like, there's more than one, but there's one, it's called like True Crime TV or so. I don't know. But anyway, these websites are known, right?
I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know about them. It's insane.
Well, you probably never sought out, like, you've never thought to yourself, man, I sure would like to know more about those Columbine school shootings.
Right, yeah.
And then you start reading a little bit and you get caught up in it. You're like, man, these guys could have done so much better. And then start, broing out with your boys on how to do it. But, so like, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, in some ways you have like all this technology that can be used to maybe detect these patterns. You have like emerging AI that could look at and profile people to say like these people are either going to be, serial killers, they're going to be rapists, they're going to be pedophiles, they're going to be school shooters. But then on the other hand, you have your freedom, and a lot of people feel like that's an invasion of privacy.
Yeah, that is a line we're at right now. Like, where is that line now? It's starting to.
But I mean, and like I know like all the guns rights people have all their arguments, and they will never ever say, "Sure, take my guns." And I understand why they do, but the simple fact is, like, if kids have such easy access to guns, maybe it's time to start thinking about how to better control guns. And it seems like a lot of gun control people are GOP conservative right wings,
right?
And they don't have a problem with like controlling women's bodies in Georgia, but yet they're like, don't take my guns. So in that regards, it's like you can tell they have an agenda that's not on the right track. So that's why I tend to ignore that's why those people tend to be ignored. And the people that really actually have good purpose and good arguments for guns are usually not heard because they're overpowered by the people who just have bad arguments.
No, that's
anyway,
true.
Is there a way to stop school shootings? Yes. Is it an easy solution? No.
Okay. So
Is it something that you're able to fix overnight?
No.
No. Now I have a 12-step program that you can
12.
get. 12-step program.
Okay.
You can download my PDF online. It's only $39.99.
That's good.
It's called a gentle introduction to communism, and it slowly weans the people off
Good.
of things like school shootings.
I know you're joking, but
I'm really not. Okay. The website's in works. It's not quite available yet. I only have like 7 of the points, but I'm sure I can hammer out like 4 more.
I think you should really sell it. I'm not even joking at this point. I actually was like, can I buy that? Like, and I know it's not even real. I think we should get this going. The Communist Guide or whatever.
I think I can't call it communism though.
No, you have to come up with a better.
I think something like proto-socialism or something.
Just go on Twitter and go, yo, kids, what would be like a cooler word for communism, but not communism? They probably give you.
I did that actually.
Oh,
I was yeet.
that's good.
I'm still trying to figure out what it means.
I don't know. Who knows? We're old. We don't know anything. So, anyways, our hearts goes out to the young man and the families that were affected, and it's just sad. It's something as a parent, I don't always think about it, but in the back of my mind, when something like this happens, I do. And it's scary. I mean, I don't know what to say. So, I don't know, but we got to get. So let's jump into Chicago Cubs. So let's start with this. How would you describe the game, either of you, that this hand gesture came from? Can you describe the game that we used to play with a hand gesture?
You make a symbol with your hand,
Okay.
and you hold it below your waist.
Right.
And if someone looks at it and you catch them looking at it, you get to punch them in the arm.
Okay. And we all played this.
But there's another part to it.
Well,
if you don't look at it and you take your finger and stick it in the hole,
okay.
you get to punch them.
Oh, okay.
So already the dumbest game you could possibly think of.
Yeah, it's
maybe.
stupid. It's
There's
dumb.
probably a dumber game, I'm sure.
It's pretty dumb. Okay. So that's what our generation knows it as. And I would say people ahead of us a little bit know it as that. But along the way, Lee, it has turned into, I guess, social media has deemed it the white power symbol. Is that correct?
That is
so
correct.
basically, okay with your fingers held upside down.
I don't think it's below your waist, though.
Okay, even for white
So
power.
I think the game always had to be below your waist. So I think like that's the white power is when you bring it above your waist.
Oh.
Probably shouldn't do that on stream.
Oh,
actually.
so above the waist is allegedly.
I don't know
white
if that's
power.
accurate. I'm just assuming.
Huh, interesting. Okay. All right. So the Cubs were playing a game. It was televised on, looks like NBC. And there's a black gentleman there. I think he was a former player, or I know he's an analyst, but I think he's a former player. Some fan behind him wearing a Cubs sweatshirt threw up the alleged white power symbol. And now he has been banned for life from attending all Cubs games at Wrigley Field. So I guess the first question you got to ask is, I don't know, this is weird. How do you read into this? Like, how do you know this guy's intent? Do we just have to assume that because it's behind a black man, it's a white power symbol? Is that kind of what's leading into this? Or
Well, they said they opened an investigation.
I think they tried to call him and couldn't get in touch with him.
That was the
I
investigation.
read on the story.
No, they
there.
banned him.
No, they finally did get in touch with him.
Okay, so they know who the guy is.
The tickets were bought on StubHub, so that was their first hurdle. They had to
So that's
figure-
the first sign that he's probably a white racist, right?
I use StubHub. Bro.
Wait, wasn't
Yeah, but you
wasn't that a key?
knocked it too, though.
Wasn't that a key? No.
No, that was
use
big.
StubHub.
No, that was big.
Oh,
big,
my bad.
Big
My
ticket,
bad,
big,
StubHub.
Big
My bad.
stub or something. Big dog stub. or
Big
something.
tickets.
Yeah, something
Big
like
dog tickets.
No, I've used StubHub a couple of times. I mean, I've never had problems with it. But
Okay, so they obviously went on the dude's Facebook. Probably went on his Twitter. Probably had some questionable material.
well,
right?
they did not release any of that information in their investigation, which
I'm just assuming he probably had some racist social media stuff out there.
let's say he did.
Or semi-racist.
He was
Yeah.
already
He probably had like a receipt for a MAGA hat somewhere.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that hate symbol. But this was being done. A lot of this talk and a lot of this was being done before they even knew who the guy was. So how did they know his intent at that point?
So
in time?
tell me what his intent. He's trying to like win the game
I don't know.
to what, the 32
Okay.
people watching baseball that day?
So I'm wearing an Aquafina hat tonight. Support our guys on Twitch, and you reminded me that he did a post where he
Below
threw
the
it
waist.
below the waist. Okay, so
Or
but
maybe he's just trying to claim that symbol back.
I don't know, but
I'll have to ask him, you know?
and we don't know this above the waist thing is factual. You're just saying
I
that.
just kinda made that
See,
up.
I've kind of taken that as truth.
But I think it is probably true,
okay.
right? Makes sense.
I have no idea, bro.
People still want to play the game for some reason. I don't think there's so much punching involved.
So they
anymore.
got on social media and claimed this is their own, pretty much. So they would do this, if you're to believe social media. They were doing this at events and rallies and things like that, right?
Yeah, it's like a way to signal to other people your intent of racism.
Okay. Which is weird because, but a secret way to do it.
Right.
The secret got out of the bag.
Right.
So
once you tell like 5 people a secret, it's no longer a secret, right?
Well, let's just say he did do it. Let's just say it's racist. As I've learned more of the symbol, maybe at least shed some light on it. I don't know. We still don't know that's factual, but I'm going to accept that as reality. We're going to move on. Should this guy be banned for life? Now, we talked last week that Facebook said, Milo Yiannopoulos, you're gone. Alex Jones, you're gone. Another right-wing guy, you're gone. Louis Farrakhan, all gone. So in this world we live in, and I'm saying I do not condone any form of white nationalism, white power. I think it's all stupid. And if you look back at history, I mean, you're an idiot. We started in Africa, people. No, I mean, even if you believe in the Bible, it would be in that area, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. What in that area? I don't know. Maybe you guys.
Where are you
wait
going
a second.
with all this?
Well, I'm just saying, should we ban someone just because they're a white nationalist from attending a ball game?
It's not that he's a white nationalist. It's that he got on nationwide television, which he knew was being televised, and was flashing symbols of hate. Yes, I mean, if that's the case,
So hate gets an automatic ban. You're done.
I mean, what if he had pulled down his pants and showed his genitals?
Yeah, I mean, that's pornographic, so yeah.
What if he had held up a sign that had the F-bomb on it?
What if he had thrown up... Okay,
what if he had put up a sign with the N-word on it?
What if it was a black man threw up a gang sign? Would he be kicked out of the game?
I don't think a gang sign necessarily is a symbol of hate.
Bloods and the Crips?
That's a symbol of a hate
Depends
crime?
on which gang.
Okay,
Yeah, one of those?
Bloods
Yeah.
Okay, you think he would have been banned if he threw up a blood sign?
I think he should have. If they're going to...
No. Would he?
I don't know.
I don't think he would have. And I think we're in this area now where we automatically assume that, white people that are prominent doing things like this are white nationalists and they just hate everyone. And
They did an investigation, man.
Man, I don't trust it. I just think it's a...
Well, let's just say that he was playing the game.
Okay.
And he's a fall guy. Isn't that okay too? Isn't it okay the greater good?
No.
Isn't it okay to single people out for the greater good?
So you think if you could...
Isn't society above all, right?
So if you could walk upstairs and kill a baby and it would save
40
lives...
Whoa.
Well, I'm just going grand scale.
What? I don't even want to think about that. That's a twisted thought to even have.
You mentioned the greater good.
Yeah, greater good, brother. The greater good. Okay, if you were Thanos, in Infinity War, not the
spoiler alert.
No, Infinity War. We've all seen it.
That's a spoiler alert.
If you could snap your hands and snap your fingers and knock out half the population and society would be perfect, would you do it? But greater good, right? Greater good.
In a Hollywood movie
No,
or a comic
life.
book?
Real life.
In a real life situation.
Yes.
I have an infinity gauntlet.
God comes down.
I have an infinity gauntlet.
No. God comes down. God comes down to you.
No,
and
I
he goes,
want to have an infinity gauntlet because I could find better things to do with it than snap my fingers and
That's all
kill
it
half the
does.
population.
That's all it does. That's all I can do.
I would probably not do it then.
Oh, with greater good, brother.
That's not really the greater good. Killing half of the people in the world.
So
It's not really the
so
greater
if this
good.
guy was not a white nationalist and did this playing a game, you think it's all right for him to be banned for the rest of his life for the greater good?
I mean, who cares?
Bro.
Look, okay, here's the
John,
thing.
would you do it? Would you snap your fingers? It would fix the earth.
No, because I'd probably be killing people I knew, and I just...
Okay.
I
That's what I
wouldn't be able
thought.
to do
Greater
it.
good usually doesn't win out.
No.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Emotionally attached does.
The
Yes.
guy knows the camera's on him. Right?
I don't know if he does. It looks like the guy's... I mean, maybe.
I think he does, because
Okay.
God knows
the
the
reporter's
camera.
looking dead out of camera, and he's talking.
If there's one thing that we need less of in this world, that's people trying to spoil this for everyone. It's just get in your lane.
For everyone, brother, we never would have seen this. Who's even watching
Somebody's
baseball?
watching the Cubs.
Yeah, 100,000 people, maybe.
That's not the point. It's the intent. Okay, and I get it. If you're gonna photobomb, make it something cool, not either the punch game, which let's be honest is kind of lame.
Well, it's always been lame, yeah.
It's always been lame, or a white power symbol, which is super lame. So yeah, the guy should be banned. Like there's worse that the guy in a totalitarian society would be arrested and probably put in a gulag to die. So like being banned from the Cubs stadium, as the chat
this is in
points out
America.
too, can never really be enforced.
Well, if
you
he's
know?
caught, he'll be arrested immediately for criminal. You got to
That's
read the
fine.
story.
You get a little fake mustache, your glasses, your Groucho Marx get up, go down there in a trench coat. Give me a hot
people
dog.
dress up for games and stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean,
you're just taking a chance, though. Maybe
So yeah, I say you ban them as a message to other people. This kind of behavior will not be tolerated.
Okay, that's fine. So that's it. So
I mean, would he not be charged criminally if he was flashed as junk?
yes,
Okay, so there you go.
but that's not.
He
against
should be held accountable for
free
his
speech.
action.
You're talking criminal offense versus freedom of speech. I mean, those
So
two
if
different
the
things.
dude showed up in a KK uniform, do you think he should be banned from a Cubs game?
If he's not causing any problem, no.
How could you not cause a problem?
If he was not
wearing a
if he
KKK
was-
uniform to a Cubs game,
I wouldn't kick out a gang member if he was there and he was. If someone had like a eye drop tattoos and obviously gang tattoos, I wouldn't kick him out. You can't.
It's not. I don't think that's the same thing.
little different.
It's a little different.
How's it different?
It's not a
because
symbol of racism. And
we talked
hate.
about it before the show. I mean, when you see a KKK outfit get
Yeah.
up, everyone knows what that means.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Those teardrop tattoos,
No, I'm saying you.
they
you-
may have changed their life.
I'm saying
a
you-
tattoo is
yes.
permanent.
No, I'm saying you as not as a person, as like security there or like the management there.
Even so, a tattoo is permanent. You could have changed your life.
All right.
Whereas
Well,
that KKK thing,
okay, hold on.
it's real easy to
Yeah,
take that off.
I'll give you that. That's true.
I've heard stories online. I've obviously never experienced this, but there was like it was like a beach in like Italy or somewhere in the Mediterranean, and the dude showed up and he took off his shirt and he had this huge tattoo on his back, and it was like some kind of you only get the tattoo if you're like racist, like
Right,
involved in
yeah.
like the Hitler's army or something, and they beat the shit out of him.
Okay,
That's
in the story.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
like
with
to get to the
tattoos. Okay,
tattoo,
yeah, I
you say
get
like
it.
the tattoo's
Gotcha.
permanent, but I mean
gotcha.
at the same time,
Yeah, that's true.
like what if the guy had a giant like swash, like like a cool body tattoo that hundreds of hours were spent on, and he ripped open his shirt on national TV.
It was a
and shit.
swastika.
It was like more as like the bird, the
Iron
swastika, people hanging from trees and stuff. I don't know. Like, what do you do at that point?
Once again,
He didn't have to take his shirt off.
is he being
So-
disruptive toward other people? They're not people's sensibility, but is
Yes,
he being
he's being
is he
disruptive.
being belligerent?
I mean,
You gotta look who's dishing out this punishment. It's probably the Cubs themselves,
It
the
is.
organization.
Yeah.
All right. He's wearing a Cubs shirt while he's doing this.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you had a restaurant and somebody was doing something like that, doing something negative, you'd kick them out of your restaurant.
I'll give you that. That's a good point.
all right. Let me.
So yeah,
let
I
me-
would, if I was part of the Cubs management, I would hand out the same punishment.
Okay, I know you've never been the victim of a hate crime, of a racially motivated hate crime.
No, I'm not.
But there are people in this world that have.
Our
okay?
father was.
There's people.
Our father was apparently.
Okay, there's people whose family have been killed, victims of hate crimes.
Yeah, for
their
sure.
ancestors. There's people whose lives are affected daily because of racism and hate crime.
All right.
And you're saying nobody is affected by this dude flashing
Once
a
again,
national
no.
white power sign at a Cubs game?
not emotional, brother. No, you can't. I'm talking physical.
You
45
cannot-
minutes ago, I didn't know what that meant.
No, you didn't. But let's imagine. I know this is hard for you. Let's imagine that you guys had been victims, or your
I understand
family.
what you're
let's
saying.
say your children had been victims
I'm
of a
triggered.
hate crime, and you were trying to watch a Cubs game and relax, and all of a sudden you see a symbol of white power being flashed at you on the TV. How do you think that's going to make you feel?
No different than a white nationalist watching it and seeing black ball players, I would imagine. It's both of them are equally offended. Yes, I understand. what you're
So
saying.
you're taking the side of the white nationalists.
I'm
now.
saying that we live in a society now where you can say you're triggered by anything, and it's ample to cut that out because it makes one person feel uncomfortable, and that is where we're at. I mean,
This is true.
so I don't like that. I'm not saying I started at the beginning.
I mean, I would not be surprised if our society is on the cusp of a Fahrenheit 451 type of situation
Yeah.
where we're not allowed to do and say things that were really the norm.
But okay, I understand, and you can definitely take it too far, but there's still a line. Like, we still don't allow pedophiles to run free. We don't still murderers, rapists. Like, we draw the line somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, are there things that you can't say and do in this country? I don't know. But like in Germany, they frown upon doing this Hitler salute or whatever. Like, they don't kid with that stuff.
But once again, that's in Germany. We're in America. We have a completely different lifestyle over here, where we're used to. Part of the appeal of this country was freedom of speech, freedom of the press.
Let me put it like this. Okay, I can't like make lewd pamphlets and hand them out in downtown Nashville. I would be arrested.
Yeah.
Even if it was art. Right? Like, let's say I put together an art pamphlet, and it's a gray area. Maybe some people would say, no, you would be okay. But there are people that would be like, you're disgusting. You need to be arrested. So someone has already made that line. So what is the difference between making a line on that and then making a line that says you can't be openly racist on national TV?
But then you get into what is openly racist. Is Louis Farrakhan openly racist? I mean, a lot of people would say no. A lot of people would say yes. Is Fox TV racist? A lot of people would say yes. A lot would say no.
There's two yeses.
But there's no
right there.
There's no line to determine who's a racist or not.
It's not illegal to be a racist, and
right.
It's not illegal to be an open racist in
right.
this country. In fact, the
illegal,
KKK
right? Yeah.
continues to, even in Nashville, Murfreesboro. We talked about it on the show.
Right.
They had planned a rally, and we're gonna go down there in March.
Yeah. And then they saw there's a bunch of people there and said, no, we're good. We're not going to do this. From the chat, Rusty says, I'm with Dave on this one. And Brandon, he says, the punch game is universal. And then Brandon says, yes, I'm appalled that everyone else doesn't see it. So Lee believes there's some rules where if it's above the belt, it's racist. If it's below the belt, it's not.
I'm just making that up.
All right.
I think we should just take it back and just be like, it's not, no.
Well, I think
you're not allowed to make that a racist symbol.
I'd be great if we could do that with everything that isn't like, I mean, obviously some things aren't going to be changed. Like, okay, the KKK hats, you can have that.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, you want to keep that? That's good.
Have you ever seen
Your
like the
swastikas, you can keep that. It's been so many years that it's been a bad thing. You can keep it.
Right.
This is brand new. This whole white power thing. No. That's ours. That's our stupid game. We want to keep it.
I think a lot of white people are doing it because they think it's silly. I mean, I think they are. I think a lot of white people are going, no, you cannot tell me. And we talked about this earlier.
Oh my
who
God.
made this decision? Was it 200 people? Was it 200,000 people? Because on social media, it really doesn't matter. It could literally be two people. Two people could move a movement that would make that racist. And you know that's true.
Actually, just one in an army of Russian bots.
Okay, true. So one person with bots, which has happened
This is
before.
probably what it is. It's probably deep fakes created by Russia to destabilize Western culture.
If you think MAGA hats were bad, wait till you see this white power symbol.
Can you believe these kids put their fingers in the hole and then punch each other?
Well, anyways. That's it. So, yeah, we're going to move on past that, and then we're going to talk about what.
Okay, let me.
We're not going to move
what?
on.
Yeah, I just want to say
here.
one more thing. One more thing.
Yeah.
Let's say they created a law
that
made it illegal to use the punch game. What do you call it? Circle? What is it even
Circle
called?
punch game, sure.
The circle punch game.
Yeah.
If you used it racially, you got 5 years in prison. How would you react to that?
Oh, no, I'd be totally against it.
Okay. 1 year.
I'm against it.
Felony.
Against it.
Misdemeanor.
Against
A
it.
large fine.
Against it.
Okay. John?
Against it across the board.
Middle finger next? So
Sure.
you don't understand. Lee doesn't see
I'm
this,
just trying to.
No, I know, but you don't understand the hole we're going down. The possibility of once you take something away, it's tougher to get it back.
Right.
Always.
Well, I
with
mean,
anything in life. So
So
if they
you were
start,
talking about something before the podcast. There was a show you were watching where in this inner city urban environment, first-time offenders that were found in possession of a gun, a legal gun, I assume,
right.
5 years in prison.
Right.
So how's that any different?
Well, I don't agree with that either. I think that's so. What I'm listening to,
But that law's on the books.
But I don't agree.
What
with
about in Georgia, where now abortions are, if you're illegal, I
felony.
think people were going to put you to death at some point.
Yes, death penalty. Yeah,
Death penalty.
I think I was working on that while you were, I think, doing the board. But yeah, I don't agree with what I'm talking about. Real quick, there's a podcast called Charged. It's really good. It's exploring the justice system in New York, where once he said to stop violence and stop crime, they decided that we're going to go into the inner cities and we're going to grab up black youths with guns. And we're going to give them 5 years in prison. First time offense, 5 years. And then they talk to these people. Why do you have a gun and all that? And it's an interesting story. And I know not everybody's a good person, but the ones they're interviewing are going, I was getting my ass beat every day. And then they were pulling guns out, like, because I got to have something to protect myself. And so even one of the kids joined the Bloods, not because he wanted to do the gang stuff. He goes, because you've got to when you go into school, because another gang's going to beat your ass if you're not affiliated. It's just.
But if you're living that lifestyle, prison probably ain't so bad, right?
This kid wasn't living that lifestyle. He's
you
like a
go
rapper.
to jail, make some new friends.
He hated it.
You could film a music video from prison. I've seen that done.
Yeah.
That's people have made careers.
Dude.
That one kid that broke out of prison and filmed the music video while he was on the run.
Yeah. What's his Toske?
little take
little take.
Free little take.
You gotta have little in your name now.
Well, I'm just saying this guy was not looking forward to prison. His mother was very upset about it, and it's not right. And I don't agree with the Georgia laws. I don't agree with the New York gun laws. I think these are tactics done by the right, to think, oh, we're doing something. We're out here doing. You're not, because then you're setting these guys up for failure for the rest of their life. Because they get out of prison. Well, they're going to go get a job. Not with a felony.
Good luck.
Not with a felony. You're not.
No.
Well, at least Bernie Sanders is giving them the right to vote.
There you go.
If we all just vote for Bernie next election.
He's not. Now all the Democrats hate him, though. So
that's how you know that he's the ideal candidate, when everyone hates him.
But no, the ones that loved him hate him because now they say he's part of the system again. He bought back in.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So I don't know.
Well, how did he buy back in?
I guess
Did his wife steal some money from a private college again?
I don't know what happened, but I've talked to a couple people and they said they're not for Bernie anymore. He's part of the system.
So who are we
It's
for?
like, yeah, dude,
who are we for?
well,
are we gonna vote
Mayor Pete is everybody's big guy
back
right
Trump
now.
again? 4 more years.
Well, pretty much it's going to happen. I mean, you hear it here now. That dude's getting reelected, guaranteed.
Okay, I know people are tired of hearing Trump, and we've all grown like Trump blind. Like we don't see, we don't hear it anymore. But 2 points. First off, the dude went on Twitter and admitted that he filed false tax returns for sport.
Okay.
On Twitter.
Okay.
And then he also said, and this is the craziest thing, that he deserves to have an extra 2 years on his presidential term extended. This is like, and let me.
Why?
I'll tell you why he's doing
this.
This
Guy's funny. I don't care.
This is a test bed for a dictatorship. Because if you can go to the American people and say, I deserve 2 more years, and they give it to you, you can just turn into Fidel Castro and be like, I'm here.
Of course.
Yeah, this is like Apprentice season 7 at this point,
Right.
I'm here, baby.
Well, Steen says Biden, but they've turned on Biden now. They say he's just Donald Trump on the left.
Look, you can't vote for Biden after all those creepy pictures of him grabbing women and kissing them on the forehead. Like, that dude has some skeletons in his closet. Someone's got some pictures on him.
Oh, I was listening to a podcast called Which is Better, and they had a game called Fake or Real Quotes, and they were all Biden quotes. They were all real, and I was like, oh, my God.
Give us a juicy obviously, you're not going to be able to quote
I don't
it.
remember. It was just something about black people, and you would go, no, this dude cannot be saying this right now. And he's like, yeah, he's got a big stick or something. He's talking about Obama, and I was like, bro, this is the dude's Trump minus all the bad stuff. I mean, as far as
but he is,
and maybe he's got the bad stuff. I don't know. I know he's been in politics for a long time. I watched the Lorena Bobbitt, like I was talking about earlier. He's in it. He's in it quite in some clips. And a young Bernie's still old 30 years ago, but he's got like this massive hair. And he's just like, rah, 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 rah. He was like, I was like, nah, I would vote for that dude because that dude was
the young Bernie Sanders.
Young Bernie Sanders.
Yeah,
young Bernie Sanders with hair.
Who was the dude that was from Texas that ran as an independent and he almost won, but he dropped out of the presidential race?
Oh, Ross Perot.
Ross Perot. We need another Ross Perot figure. We need another Texan.
We do.
Just
Can
come
I
in.
finish?
Hey,
Can I finish?
Can I finish? I'm about to show y'all how I'm going to make America great again.
Oh, what a time in America that was. Okay, yeah, with Brad Pendergast, Rusty. That Which is Better podcast. Go check it out. Brad, Sean Parrott, and dude, I hope they don't listen to this. The other guy's Gary. Yeah, Gary.
The other guy.
Gary's hilarious. He's
Other guy, Gary. He's my favorite.
All right, so let's do quick hits because we got to get moving here. Pamela Anderson visits Julian Assange in prison. Apparently, Pamela Anderson's been friends with this guy for a long time.
I would say a little bit more than friends.
So you think they're hooking up?
I mean,
is that a conjugal visit?
Now, I'm going to tell you, one of my first big crushes, like major crushes, not like a little school, like a celebrity crush, was definitely Pamela Anderson. I was like in love with Pamela Anderson, like when I was in my teenage years and even through an adult. And, she's aged a little bit. I would say she looks like she's got a little bit of work done on her. But I thought at the time, like, she was one of the most beautiful women on the planet. And now I never would have thought. As we move on, she's visiting a guy that's about to get arrested pretty much for being a traitor to, or espionage.
Whatever. Some people allot him as a hero,
Right.
as Pamela Anderson does. Look, this. You want to know what my first thought was?
What?
What is? Look at Pamela Anderson's dating history.
Not so good.
Who was the last one that she was known?
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
Before that,
Tommy
Tommy
Lee.
Lee.
Before that,
the guy from Poison. I can't.
wait,
think
didn't
of his
she
name.
like marry some rich dude?
No, that was Anna Nicole Smith.
Anna Nicole
Oh,
Smith.
you're right.
No, but we've just
I've got them
brother,
confused once again.
We just said. Oh, I loved Anna Nicole Smith too.
They're not the same person.
No,
Kinda.
Anna Nicole Smith was the first. To me, she was like one of the first thick girls that was in like Playboy and
Okay.
that.
I guess
But
that's a
anyway,
good distinction.
yeah, Kid Rock, Tommy Lee, Julian Assange. I can't remember the guy from Poison. If you said his name, I'd remember it. But anyway,
Scott Bio too, I think.
yeah. So yeah, you're right. Bad history. But anyway, she's supporting her man. She was in the news this week. She had a little. I don't. She's got some robe on that's got quotes on it of his or something. I don't know what it is, but. Good for her. I always like talking about Pamela Anderson. So there you go. Who was your first? No, who was your first big time?
Very first.
Yeah, I mean, not like 10 or 11, but
like teenage years.
Yeah. Like who was a celebrity that was like Jenny McCarthy?
Mine's got to be a toss up between Madonna and who was the chick? Oh my God. In Barrymore, Drew Barrymore and Madonna. It's a toss up.
All right, it's not bad.
Those are solid choices. Gosh, teenage years. Oh,
We got the chat, Mr. Brandon coming in with Kevin from Wonder Years. We got Rusty Greer coming in with Scott Baio.
Oh, he said Scott Baio because Pamela Anderson used to date him.
Sure, Rusty. It's fine.
I mean,
it's a weird flex.
Actually, Danica McKellar from Wonder Years.
Okay.
She was.
I was thinking
there.
more adults like his, not like
Oh.
you liked her when you were like a teen. Like,
Well, I mean, she was around the same age as.
Yeah.
So I mean.
okay, well if that's yours.
I mean, like as far as like somebody I liked when I was a kid that was an adult.
Sure.
So
we got, while John's thinking, Rusty Greer says Melissa Joan Hart, Alex from Alec Mack, and Amanda Bynes.
He's got a full list.
Amanda Bynes was a smoke show, but she went off the crazy train, and that was bad. I don't know if anybody remembers that. She was in bad shape, and I guess she's gotten better. But drugs, kids, they're not for everybody. They'll
They're not
tear your
for
life
everyone.
up.
But David will take them for you and dispose of them properly.
I mean, Amanda
No
Bynes,
worries.
if Amanda Bynes wants to come kick it with me while we do a little something,
No, you got to take. She's probably in a program.
Can
She
she
probably has a
watch me?
support
Can
group.
she watch me do the drugs?
Probably. She probably cannot
Oh,
without
that's a shame.
going back off the deep end. But
All
who
right.
knows?
John, give us your name. Then go.
Yasmin Bleeth.
Who's that?
She was on. Actually, she was on Baywatch with.
Okay, yeah.
She was the dark haired one.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. no.
What?
Yeah. No. She's.
What
she's,
is this? You went with the other person from Baywatch?
A lackey follows his leader, my friend. Okay.
Okay. He's like Pamela Anderson's for you. I'll take
Yeah.
the wing woman.
Yeah.
I'll take the wing woman.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay.
I usually tend for the brunettes a little more anyway.
Sure, John. Sure.
All right. Then last one we got some lewd. This is going to go over if we talk about this because lewd text messages with aide to Casada, Speaker Casada of the Tennessee House. Him and his buddy were having some locker room talk about women, drugs, and getting it on. I guess with the interns that work there, and
He had sex in the bathroom of the Party Foul, which is a
Yes.
hot chicken place.
yeah,
Probably the low tier hot chicken in Nashville
yeah,
for sure.
Not a fan, but
I think it's more of a bar and grill than a dedicated hot chicken place.
I thought it was funny. The dude, I guess Casada texted him back and was like, "Dude, you're only in there for a minute."
yeah, you're a minute man.
And the dude was like, "Yep."
He's like, dude, I'm tripping my balls off on acid and LSD, and it's like, bro, when would you ever send that to your boss? Like,
When your boss is there with you, tripping balls.
I guess. And Casada, here's the thing that kills me about people.
He sent him there with the stuff.
And I'll say it, sir. I'll say it now. I love the fact that we're in an age where these old men have these devices in their hands and they don't know the scope of what they're doing. They don't understand that everything you put into that device, Casada, it can be retrieved at any point, and it's a government phone, and that makes it open record. So you're really in trouble at that point. They don't understand that everything they've done now may come back to bite them, and he denied it too. Like, I never sent those text messages. Well, now not only you're a creep, you're a liar.
No. You deny. When they have the text in front of you, the printout with timestamps, you say, that wasn't me. It's like Shaggy. You play some Shaggy in the background.
We're past that, brother.
Wasn't me, baby.
No, he said it. He said he thought it was
1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
He said
shagging on the bathroom floor.
He thought
It wasn't me.
he thought that it was when he went on Fox. He said this is probably the liberals putting this together to frame me.
Dude, you just make up a story. You're just like, oh, someone hacked my phone,
But guess what?
and they're trying to set me up. And even if they didn't, it was just locker room
Do you
talk.
think these old men are that smart? They don't even know what hack-in probably means. You know.
I don't.
I left my phone on the table when I went into the bathroom.
There you go.
Boom.
Well, they took pictures together too, hanging out with a woman. So I mean,
Hey,
you know,
deep fakes, baby. Deep fakes are a thing. This is like Russia.
guess-
Russia is trolling me.
so this guy should step down, right? I mean,
Like yesterday.
okay, John.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're, I mean,
He used to
Go-
pull a Megan Berry and
Yeah. You
We're
need to
just
go
gonna
down to Home Depot and fill out your online application and just get out of politics.
well, the aide did step down. The aide left. He stepped down. That's what they say. And so now they're calling for a lot of people calling for Casada to
I
step
mean, he
down.
knew this was happening, right?
Yes.
Like that's the thing. It's like when the Purdue the sex scandal came out and like the coach was like, I don't know. And they're
Yeah.
like, you should step down anyway.
Right.
I kind of had mixed feelings about that because it's like if you didn't know it was happening, like maybe you shouldn't. But
Right.
if you knew that was happening, then you were just
Yeah,
as
no.
guilty, right?
Joe Paterno. You knew this dude was raping kids. You didn't stop him. Sorry, brother.
Right.
That's unexcusable.
So this dude's in the same boat. Like you let that kind of behavior. Like that's the thing. Who your question was like who texts their boss that, and it's the bosses that allow it to happen.
You're right. Very good. Well, Rusty says, are we policing text now? It's like,
It's
well, yeah.
government record.
Government record on government job, harassing interns, sending racist memes
Also,
to
Rusty,
each other.
I would say, Rusty, yes, the government is reading your text, government record or not.
He knows
So,
that.
yeah.
He just said, are we policing what's
Yes.
sent to text? Yes.
Yes.
When you're in a government
We
official in a capacity like that, yeah, you can't. Come on.
And we probably should.
I mean,
right?
technically, the phone doesn't belong to them. It belongs to the government.
Right.
It's their property.
Very bizarre. You can't be harassing intern. What is the deal with these creepos? I understand
They're-
now why women hate men.
It's BDE, man. Toxic
Toxic-
masculinity.
Wait, it ain't no BDE. It's toxic masculinity.
They were born with it.
Small D.
It's not Maybelline.
Yeah, small dick energy. It ain't no big dick energy. Big dick energy would not need to text us to their boss going, I'm getting laid in the party foul bathroom, dude. I mean, like, bro, what are you doing?
I don't say BDE is a positive
Oh.
for me personally.
Well, I think it is a positive. It's like swag to you.
Right. Well, you bros would say that
Well, we actually had the female comedians in, and they said it too.
as a joke.
No, I think they said Michael Wyman was talking about it. So,
She has BDE.
no, well, they
Can
said
she take pills for
they
that?
said girls can have it too.
I, mean, I guess it's 2019. Anything's possible.
And there
Big,
you go.
big BE.
All right, so
big
if
boobs.
if you're in here, you know about Casada, and if not, read about it. It's funny. As reported on ScoopNashville.com. Please go to ScoopNashville.com. He's got great. He's going at it with. I got into it. Somebody Twitter today. Not gonna talk about it. He gets in with people. Man, it is so amusing to read through all of it. He reported like this bail bond company was using a government employee to get access to areas they shouldn't have, and the stuff's weird with the money, and he reported it, and you read it, and I mean, it's pretty standard stuff. I mean,
He was saying in the chat earlier they're expanding. I think this number might be wrong, but it's like 22 cities. He expanded. He's been working on that.
congratulations.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
watch him grow.
Blowing up.
But then this woman started, Jason, how dare you? And then she went on like this long thread, and he's just like, well, that's the news. I mean, what do you want me to do about it? So good for him, ScoopNashville.com.
Scoop.
All right, so we have a Dear John this week.
I'm gonna write a rap song about Scoop. That's how we're gonna blow up.
Let's do it.
Okay.
John, write it. We'll all do it. All right. Is it time for Dear John? Here we go.
By the time you read these lines, I'll be gone.
All right, right, guys, time for Dear John. Lee's going to read a question someone sent into the show, and John is going to answer it. So it's that simple. We'll see what happens.
This one comes in. Dear John, my girlfriend Jane and I have been in love for 3 years. We're both in our 30s. Jane and her daughter have lived with me long enough to know that I want to be part of and contribute to the rest of their life. Jane knows I never want to be married, but I am committed to her. I know how to make sure she is taken care of in the event that I pass away, and I'm in the process of making that a reality. I would like to give her a special diamond. Is there a way to give her the moment she deserves without asking her to marry me? From She Deserves Better.
Yeah, just do it. Just buy the ring. You want to give her a ring? Just tell her, hey, this is a diamond on it. Diamonds are forever. So are we. Here you go.
No. You missed the key line of this.
Yes.
Jane knows I never want to be married, but I'm committed to her. Now, you've been with women before, John. You think a woman's buying this? I don't want to. I'm the guy that doesn't want to get married. I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, dude, you just don't want to get married to her. Like, how many dudes have you met talk about this? I don't want to get married stuff that every one of them got married at some point, like that I know about. Okay. If I ever heard a guy say that, hey, I've said it before. I said in my 20s ago, I'm never getting married, man. Never. False. You're just not with the person you want to be married to. You know what I'm saying? This woman wants to be married. She gives that man, if she gives her that diamond ring, that's, I don't even know what it's going to be.
John said just to do it.
It's going to be bad times, brother. She's going to be thinking, this is it. He's about to,
I mean, if she knows, bottom line, that he doesn't want to get married, otherwise, he's either lying to us or he's lying to himself.
Why does he want to give her a special diamond? Couldn't he give her something else? I don't understand why it has to be a
like
diamond.
what?
But he understands what a diamond means. Okay, what does a diamond mean? If you give it to a woman
For
on a
the
ring.
most part, it's an engagement ring. Yeah.
He knows this, yet he's still going, I want to get her. No, get her something else, brother. You got to
like
know.
What, though?
Find her freaking, her birthday. I hope you know it. Maybe not with all the commitment you're putting in the relationship, but find her birthday, get the birthstone, and give her a ring like that. What's the difference between that and a diamond? Truthfully, the marriage commitment behind it, that's what it is.
I mean, maybe the dude's just really opposed to marriage.
No,
right?
I know he's opposed to marriage, man. I mean, but you can't give a woman that you told you don't want to get married to a diamond. It's stupid. You're asking for trouble, bro. Don't give her. John said just do it. Don't do it. Don't you dare give her that damn diamond ring or it's over,
What about
brother.
a pendant?
That's fine, but
There we go.
What about a tennis bracelet from Zales?
yeah, how about a little charm
It
bracelet
was
with
on
diamonds?
special. What about I got it on the blue light special at Kmart?
I mean, this is just really weird. I mean,
Okay, so what's the root of the problem here? He just doesn't.
Yeah.
You think he wants to be married? Because he's talking about like setting up life insurance. Like I assume.
That's
That's
what
what
it
he's-
sounds like.
then why doesn't he want to be married? Dude, just get married. It's going to make your life simpler if you're concerned about the long-term commitment and welfare of these people. Wouldn't it be easier to get married? Insurance together, a house together. You die, she gets your stuff. Right now, if you die and you don't have a will, she gets nothing. Absolutely.
Well, he's making that a reality though.
Well, yeah.
What- so what
just
if he-
like, yeah, okay.
So what if he
that's what-
came up with another legal binding contract that was like marriage, but didn't include all of the marriage stuff he doesn't like?
What is the marriage
The
stuff?
thing is I
Like
don't
if
know.
we ever split up, you get 50% of all my stuff.
Prenup.
You know, if we have children, they automatically go to you.
I
You know,
mean,
the typical marriage stuff.
So say, what's the difference?
And what is it?
You're missing the one word that he doesn't want to sign over, and that's a C, okay? It's got a bunch of letters after it, and it's called commitment, okay? He doesn't want,
He says literally
Brother,
he's prepared. for
that's
the
one
commitment.
foot out the door at all times. I'm just saying. John,
Yeah.
so you sticking with the original advice. Just do it, like Nike.
I mean, I honestly don't think this guy's committed. I'm with you. I don't think he's really. But if he's not lying, and he wants to give her a ring, give her a ring. But
They've been
Diamond ring.
together for 3 years. That's practically a lifetime.
Diamond ring.
The biggest.
That's the question.
A big diamond ring.
Big diamond ring. He
Just
should-
push it across the table casually one night and say, baby, this is all yours.
I tell you what,
If we ever break up, you just take that with you.
I tell you what he's wanting to do. He's wanting to not be married to this girl, but make sure she's claimed.
That's what I'm saying.
I know, but you didn't say.
Okay.
John said, claim up a woman.
Claim
That's
it,
what he's
name it,
wanting.
name it to claim it.
If
John's
otherwise,
like
if
men
he
should
if
do
he,
whatever they want.
if he hard no, if he
Misogyny alert. Misogyny alert.
Put a diamond on it, but don't marry
if he
it.
wanted
Thank you, John.
if he wanted that diamond on her so bad, he could get her a necklace or something. But he wants a ring. When another guy sees a ring on a woman's finger, they're thinking, "Oh, she's taken,"
Yeah.
and he wants that.
Yes, John, thank you. I couldn't quite get to that point, but yes, you're right. He
Yeah.
wants her commitment without his commitment.
Yeah,
And John says, shoot from the hip, brother.
Hey,
Claim them up.
John-
Get 3 or 4 more.
John
Start a
says-
harem.
Just do it.
just do it.
It's the LDS up in here, baby.
All right, that's Dear John. If you want to write us in, just hit us up on one of our social media outlets, send it to us, or get on the website and do that. We'll talk about that at the end of the show, which, hey, we've arrived there. We're here. This is the end of Blame Your Brother, episode 141. Hopefully you enjoyed it, but we've got to figure out who is to blame for this week's episode. Who is looking to be the blame?
I've got to be the one to blame. I just have had a rough day. The technology went off the rails. Unless you want to blame yourself, I'd be okay with that too.
No, I blame you. That's good.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
think
thanks,
you did
guys.
not commit fully to the beginning of the show,
I didn't. I was absent.
so you are to blame for this episode.
All right.
Or you can
Score.
There you
It's
go.
all your fault.
Let's
All your
start the
fault.
tally.
All right, if you have a name for the title, drop it in the live chat right now. We would love to have some ideas there. Just what we're going to call the show, what a major key, whatever those are, what that might be, and we'll see if we can pick a good one out of the chat. But yes, we've come to the end of the episode, and this is where I tell you to go to blameyourbro.com. It's blameyourbro.com. We have a new article up today by our fabulous writer Adam Cox. It is about American Gods, the television show, a Neil Gaiman product. John, are you familiar with that one?
Which one?
American Gods.
I haven't watched it yet, but
Have you read it?
I have not.
Okay. I know you are big into Neil Gaiman. So
I am.
yeah, so he gives a little rundown of the show. He says it's good, check it out. But he has a lot more to say, so go check that. That's on the website. He also wrote about Love, Death, Robots. He's going to be writing one about the Beach Boys coming up. Fantastic writer. I love reading his stuff. So go to the website, catch those, catch every past episode we've ever done. So if you want to check out an older one, all of our social media links are there and our Amazon link. So here's what we need you guys to do, because we've gone a couple weeks without any clicks on it. But if you're going to buy anything through Amazon, if you got the time, if you can remember it, just go to our website first, blameyourbro.com. Simply click on that Amazon link. It's going to take you back to Amazon, and it's going to allow you to purchase all your items like you normally would, but we get a small percentage of the item from Amazon. So it really helps the show out, helps cover technology we got, hosting and all that. So please do that. Just kind of put a note in your head, start doing it, and then you'll do it every time. But go to blameyourbro.com, click on that Amazon link. And we got the T-shirts, which we've sold a lot so far. Very proud of that. So you can buy our shirts. There's a link for that. It's done through Amazon as well. So that's another great thing. And like I said, there's links on there for our friends at Radio Vegas Rocks, where they stream our show every Thursday at 4 p.m. here in Nashville. So if you missed the episode and you want to wait till next Thursday, simply listen at Radio Vegas Rocks. And we're also on the Coming Right Up podcast. You go to comingrightUp.org. They play our show, the new ones, every Friday night. So if you want to check it out there instead of download it, that would be awesome. That's very cool. And then if you want to email us, the link's on there. Send us comments. Send us a Dear John. Do whatever you want to do. It can be anonymous. You don't have to put your name on it. And there's even a little box on the right. Send a voicemail if you want to get brave. Leave us a voicemail. We'd love to play it on the show. And with all that being said, which was a lot, blameyourbro.com. Lee, is there anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
Burn this.
I'm sorry?
This must never be seen by anyone.
You want me to play it again?
Has anybody seen this?
Nobody has seen this.
They have to be found and talked to.